Well, hey everybody, Joy here. Look where I am, up on my trampoline. Those people that can't stand my wiggling and my giggling, you better turn me off right now. And I love the suggestion. Somebody, who was it? If I had a memory, I know who she is. She always comments. And she said, I love the snippets of your day. So I think I'm going to call this Snippets of My Days. So this is the day before Thanksgiving, 2022. And as you know, yesterday I had to go to Sherman to the breast care center. And before the day was over, I got a call from my doctor telling me everything was fine. So, wonderful news. I told her all along. I said, I know there's nothing wrong with me. I know no girls in my family have ever had cancer. So, still haven't. So, I don't have to have that done again for 10 years. Ooh, am I making you dizzy? I know there's one of you out there that gets really dizzy when I move. But I wanted to show you what I do up here on these machines. I have 2 of them. I actually have like 5 of them, but I've moved everything else out of here. We have the Chuck Norris machine. I have this $1,000 elliptical machine that used to sit here. You probably remember it. And I've had half a dozen different treadmills. But all I have left is my trampoline and my Body by Jake thigh machine. So the thing is, what I do is, I did this once in my Edmund house, I remember, and the UPS man came to the door and saw me jumping on my trampoline and talking to nobody. I bet he went home and told his wife, oh my gosh, you see this kooky lady I ran into today. So, I do, is it aerobics? Aerobic exercise. I like things that have dancing moves in them. And so, there's several different people I watch. I wouldn't really say they're dancing. One of them, her name is Shelly, and her channel, it's all for old people. Shelly's channel is called Fabulous50s.com. No, it's YouTube channel, so there's no .com. Fabulous 50s. Then I do another lady, and she's new. You know, I was doing Leslie Sansone a lot, and Jerry couldn't stand her. He said, I just can't stand it. She never shuts up. She just talks constantly. And so we started doing Shelly. He likes Shelly. But then this other lady just popped up. You know, when you watch something on YouTube, things just pop up. And I watched a fashion show one time. And I bet I've gotten 100 fashion show videos. Oh boy, some of the things in these fashion shows. So this lady came up and it's called Living Healthy. And she's for old people too. And they call us seniors, but you know. Her channel is pretty simple, except she's constantly doing arms. And so your arms get really sore. She does a lot more arms than Shelly does. And a lot more arms than Leslie Sansone does. But I don't know what her name is yet, because she never talks. And I like her channel a lot because she does it to music. She does it like to the Bee Gees, and she does it to like ABBA. Yeah, and so they play like the whole song, and nobody's talking. And so you hear the song, and then you just see her doing these exercises things, see. So I like her, I do her. The problem is, I usually do her after supper at night, and I think you really should do your exercises in the morning. Not sure about that. Y'all tell me what you think. And then there was one other lady that came up automatically. And I don't know what her name was or what her channel was, but oh my goodness. She made Leslie Sansone sound like a deaf mute. I tell you, that girl talks so much, you just talk constantly, and she never did stop, and she talked really fast, and it's like, oh my God, Jerry's never going to watch this lady. So I never watched her anymore. I didn't like that one. So anyway, I paid $300 for this trampoline. Why? Because it's a very safe trampoline, and the bounce in it is even all the way around. So if you accidentally step a little funny and not right in the middle, it's okay and it doesn't hurt your body. And so this is called, I don't see any printing on it, but I think it's called a cellusizer. And I really like it. What do I do on it? I do waist twist, like this. That's why I still have a pretend waist that's kind of a real waist, but it's way up here. It's getting better every day though on my diet. So I do a lot of this, and I do a lot of these, and you have to do it without knocking your thread off the wall. That's the trick. Do a lot of those, and then you can run on it. I love this trampoline. I've gotten so I can't do jumping jacks on the carpet anymore. It's too hard. Because when you've learned to do them on the trampoline, everything else hurts too bad. So I just wanted to show you, for those of you who are interested in me losing weight, finally. I'm still at 5 pounds. So I think I'm just going to lose a couple ounces a day because I haven't changed my diet that drastically. And I am still eating. So let me show you my other machine. So I got to show you my only other machine. It's Body by Jake Hip and Thigh Sculptor. I love this machine. It's why this one and the trampoline are the only two I have left. I used to have a whole bunch up here, like I said, but they are gone. And I changed my pants for you. You're welcome. Okay, so here's the thing that this does. It's for your hips and your thighs. Now, I don't know what it does for your hips, actually. My hips aren't really my problem. But it does your thighs really, really good. It has these two pads, and you can put them out and push them in, or you can put them in and push them out. So, I'll start by putting them in. See, they're in, and you turn these little pads, or you can't get your legs on them. And you put your legs straight out. And you're supposed to do 2 sets of 20. But I won't do that because I've already done 2 sets of 20 and you don't want to watch me do it. I just want to show you how it works. So you do this 20 times. Then you rest and you do it 20 more times. Then you take these and you put them out. You put them out there like that. And so then you turn the little cushions the other way. And you put your legs out this way. So you put your legs straight out, and then you do, see, in, and it's hard. It has weight. Somehow it makes it, you can make it easy, a little bit harder, a lot harder, or impossible to even do. It's got these little knobs and stuff you can turn. So I really, really like it. I think I have them both on medium right now. So that's what these two little things do. And if you get bored, you can just spin them around. That's what Pumpkin Pants does when he comes in here. And then he takes them off and goes and hides them somewhere. And so you know what this is. Everybody's gym has one of these. So what the deal is with this, you do it with your feet straight 20 times. Then you do it with your toes pointed out 20 times. There may be some other exercises you can do with this. I actually saw a video that came with it the other day somewhere in this house. I don't know if I'll ever see it again, but it's somewhere in this house. So that's what you do with that. So those are my two machines. I don't know if using these machines can help you lose weight. In fact, I heard somewhere on somebody's video that exercising doesn't make you lose weight. It's what you eat that makes you lose weight. But exercise is awesome for you in keeping your muscles toned. Hey, I wonder if you could do, see how hard it is? Hard. So I can't even do it with my hands, but I can do it with my legs. Cool, huh? So anyway, I'll check online and I'll put it here, or write somewhere some text and tell you if you can still get it. It doesn't matter if you're 80 or 100 because you can make it real easy to do. This goes up to 5 or 6, and I have it on 3, and I don't know what this goes up to, but I have them both on medium for me because I've been doing it for years and years and years. Okay, so Body by Jake and Cell-U, C-E-L-L, Cell-U-Sizer, and I don't remember who sells it, but I'm sure you could find it if anybody was interested. It may be more than 300 now. Might be less. You never know. Oh, there was another exercise I was going to show you over there. Let me move you around. The last time I did this exercise, there were painters in Jerry's mom's house, and I was living there then. I lived there for about 6 months, getting all the clutter out and getting our house ready to sell. And in fact, that's when I bought this. And so I don't even know if I can do this anymore. Can you see? It's a lot harder than it looks, let me tell you. Okay. Alright. That's my snippets for today, and I'm sure you're very glad it's over. So it's Thanksgiving Day. So far, I sort of used a recipe and sort of did my own thing. I'm making some cranberry sauce. You want to see it? First, let me show you a picture of it when I was cooking it right here. It's in the fridge, cooling off. Turned out really good. So the thing is, I've never made this before because every year I have made that big fluffy pink cranberry salad that's full of sugar and marshmallows and nuts and apples, and it's so good. But you know, I'm on this diet, and so we're not having any potatoes today, no rice. We are going to have some stuffing, but I'll just have a little bit. We are having a turkey. So let me show you this. It is so good. I was surprised. Well, it's kind of ugly. You know, cranberry sauce is kind of ugly. But what I did was I added some oranges. It was supposed to have a little bit of orange peel in it, but I went ahead and chopped up the rest of the orange and put it in it. Oh, I should taste it now that it's not so blasted hot. Let's see. Let's get a nut. My cheeks are like, already like I ate a lemon. That's a little tart. Has a cup of sugar in it already, and it said add sugar to taste, so that's all the sugar we're putting. We're just going to have to learn to like it tart. So you remember my turkey that was like this in the package? Well, it turns out the reason Fred, I've named him Fred, the reason Fred was so crooked in the package was there was these two gravy packets stuck down in the corner of the bag, and so that's what was sticking out all funny. It wasn't really the turkey. So those are the giblets and the gravy. Let me get a towel. So we're going to eat our Thanksgiving dinner tonight. So I didn't have room in this fridge to put Fred. He came home frozen. Was it Saturday or Sunday? I don't remember which day. But I put him in the fridge right away. I didn't put him in the freezer. And Jerry took him out of the fridge yesterday. He was still frozen. I couldn't believe it after all those days in the fridge. So I told Jerry, put him back upstairs in the fridge last night. We have a fridge upstairs, you know, in the sewing room. We have a fridge in the garage, a fridge in the barn. So I opened him up yesterday to see why he looked so wonky in the package, and the only thing wrong with him is he's missing part of his wing over here. So I got cheated. The wing's my favorite part, but it's just this pointy thing here missing over there. So he's 14 plus pounds, so I have to cook him for about 5 hours. But look at this. This is just a garbage bag I cut up to put him in because he was going upstairs over the carpet. So look at this. I washed him off last night and put him in here dry. Look at how much is coming off of him. Look at that. You probably can't see it, but a whole bunch of liquid just came off out of this pan. So I don't know if he's leaking. Oh, you know what? He probably thawed out some more, and that's why he got so wet. So this is him. This is Fred. So I'm going to make it my daddy style. Now, my ex-son-in-law, Peter from England, he always put a whole onion in one end and a whole piece of, you know, that kind of sausage that comes wrapped up and it's like a giant hot dog. And so, you know, it's not that hard sausage, it's soft. And he would roll that up and he would put it in one end of the turkey. So my son-in-law could make, my ex-son-in-law, his name was Peter, my new son-in-law's name is Lynn. So anyway, I'm going to get Fred ready and I'm going to put him in the fridge and we're going to cook him all afternoon. It's what, noon? It's 11:30. So we're going to cook him all afternoon and we'll eat him tonight. And oh, by the way, I made another one of those crock pot dinners last night. Again, I didn't like it. I wouldn't make it again. Let me show it to you. Can you see through the jar? This will be our lunch today. An entire roast and noodles, and then that great big bag of their spices. I've decided those people, they like way too much flavoring for me. And I can cook an awesome roast all by myself. So I'm not going to be using that. Now I've still got the chicken and the pork chops to try, so we'll see. And remember, the first one we had was, my granddaughter Lindy made it, and it was sausage and tortellini, and it was fabulous. But that's something I don't know how to make, so maybe that's why it was so good. But anyway, this was called beef noodle soup, and it's total noodles. I will add water or beef broth to it when I heat it up today, because it didn't have enough broth versus noodles to suit me. In fact, I'll just leave it out. Now, before I finish getting the bread ready for the oven, I need to find my Thanksgiving apron. Let me see if I can find my Thanksgiving apron. That isn't it. Ta-da! I found it. It's not really a Thanksgiving apron. I have one that has a turkey or something on it, but I don't know where it is. What I do is I buy these. I think Sam sells them, and you get like 3 in a package of these aprons, and they're really nice aprons. When I had Thanksgiving many years ago, when my family actually came, I made an apron for each of the girls that came. So what I do is I hate the thing that goes around your head, and it's always way too long for me. So I cut it, and I put Velcro on it, so I don't have to mess up my hair or my blouse. And I can put it on with Velcro duty. See, Velcro. And then it fits me perfect. Because if I hadn't cut that, it would be way down here. So we're going to wear this today to get Fred ready. I'm not sure how good you can see Fred here. But what I've done so far is I've put olive oil and real butter inside him. And I rubbed it all around inside him. I cut off 2 long sprigs of rosemary off my rosemary plant, and I put a whole, great big whole onion in here. And I put celery salt in there. I love celery salt on everything. So now I'm trying to remember what you do to hook the legs together. And I know you all know. But I think in this case it's going to have to be some string. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rub this entire turkey with a ton of butter. And then salt it. And then I'm going to put it in foil like my daddy taught me. I know everybody makes a turkey different, and I don't know if anybody else on the whole planet puts their turkey in foil, but I have to, because I don't want my dad being upset in heaven that I didn't make my turkey right. But this onion right here, it's going to be the best part of the whole dinner, I guarantee you, really good. Now, I don't know if Peter stuck the sausage in the other end of the turkey. Is this where your head was, Fred? See, there's no room here. There's just, in fact, it's still really icy in there. So there's no room, and I've already got the neck out. The neck and the giblets are here, so I've already got them. So there's no room in here to put anything. So everything has to go in this end. And he has to be dry. My mom always said, you have to dry him off. you have to dry him while he keeps sweating. Goodness sakes. It's 50-something degrees outside today and kind of rainy, but still a very nice day. Okay, I'm going to go get my Calphalon turkey cooker thing, and then I'm going to finish buttering him all up and wrapping him all up and putting him in the oven. Okay, so the foil is never big enough. It's only this big. So I'm doing it like Daddy, and I pulled out 2 long pieces and then I folded them together on the seam, real tight so they'll stay. So I have his legs tied together here, and then here's the onion and the rosemary and butter everywhere. And then this crunchy salt. Is it kosher salt or sea salt or something? So I've got crunchy salt everywhere. Oh, didn't have too much salt. I think my brother brines his turkeys before he makes them. So I'm going to fold it up like this. My dad always put the turkey in at night before they went to bed. And he cooked it on like 300 or 275 all night long. Oh my goodness. So that's that. Now I'm not sure what you do here. Just kind of do the best you can. There, that'll work. Oh no, look! Oh no, that's not right. Well, for one thing, you're supposed to have heavy duty foil, and this is anything but heavy duty. Oh, maybe I didn't take enough to my filling room to get him right. Okay, so you take 1 and 2, and then you fold the seam together. And I'm sorry if the lights aren't right. So this long seam, you fold it together this way. I used to watch my daddy do this. Yeah, if Judy's watching me, I'm sure she'll remember. Judy's the little sister. We're all close though. Janice is 1 year younger and Judy's 3 years younger. There, see, so now you have the really tight seam. So now let's take Fred. Sorry, Fred. And let's get some gloves this time. You're going to need a lot of butter and a lot of foil and a lot of turkey. A lot of soap and water too. All right, Fred, let's get back over here. We're moving beds, Fred. Oh, I hope the butter doesn't come off of it. Get off. You jerry. Hello, Fred, come on. All right, there we are. The boy's still thawing out in the very center. All right, we're going to try this again. Get the gloves off. Are you in the middle? I just looked up on my computer. I asked Siri, and she didn't know if you're supposed to cook the turkey breast side up or down. And somebody said they like to cook it breast side down because the brown meat cooks faster and the juices flow into the breast. But I don't see how I can make him balance like a teeter-totter. All right, now let's gently do this time. Gently. Gently. Oh yes, very gently. Okay. That'll work better. This is not heavy-duty foil. I remember Daddy used to use heavy-duty foil. Okay, there he is. Look at that. Now this is kind of a raised rack thing. I bet you could put him breast side down, but all the juices would run off if I did that. We're doing it like this. Ah, there you go. Look at that. Ah, this is how you know it's really Thanksgiving. Oh. You know what this does? It makes me miss my mom and dad. I can't believe our kids have no interest whatsoever in seeing us, talking to us, texting us, or anything. And I never, ever, ever had a Thanksgiving without my parents until they were no longer here. I don't understand this new generation. I really don't. Fred's going in the oven, 325 for the rest of the day. I'll be back when he's done. So I'm back upstairs playing. I'm putting this yellowish falling leaf design on my gray t-shirt from Walmart to go with my sweatpants that have a yellow stripe down the side of them. So I can't leave here. So I decided that I would try to get my apples ready to make an apple pie. So apples, I only have Gala apples. Jerry's been on this apple thing lately, and we get all these big bags of apples. But whatever kinds he's been buying are so acidic, I cannot eat them. I mean, I can eat them, but then I'm really sorry I did later. So I bought a bag of Gala apples that happened to be up here in my refrigerator, because you know you're supposed to have an apple a day according to the one doctor to lower your cholesterol. So I am on a diet, as you know, my DESM diet, which means don't eat so much. And basically I'm cutting out the bread, the potatoes, the rice, you know, a lot of the carbohydrates, cereal. And I wasn't going to have any pies. I always have pies for Thanksgiving. Of course, I used to always have a whole family here for Thanksgiving. And my favorite's pumpkin. But being late in the day, on the actual Thanksgiving day, I got out the pumpkin. I thought, I'll make a pumpkin pie. And I thought, no, I don't have time to cool it off to eat it. I don't like it hot or warm. I want it cold. And I thought, and Jerry doesn't like pumpkin pie. So I thought, oh, I have those apples upstairs. So I'm going to make my very first ever in my whole entire life apple pie. So I've got my embroidery design sewing out. Let me check it. This is a high neck, long sleeve shirt, and it is not easy getting an embroidery hoop on that thing. So it says peel the apples. I know my friend Terry has some kind of a electric or automatic or some kind of an apple peeler. Well, I don't. So I'm going to try to peel these apples. And I bet every single one of you watching me has made an apple pie before. It was my mother's specialty. And she didn't give me, by the time, oops, stop, whoa. Okay, small emergency, the scissors vibrated off the table. So my mother made the best apple pie, and she used to always make me my own. And she would carve my name, Joy, in the top of it. She used to make 3 or 4 of them for Christmas and Thanksgiving. She loved Macintosh apples. I have never seen a Macintosh apple in any store. So I don't know how she got them. They must be from Boston, because my mom grew up in Boston. And she used to buy them by the case, and then she would make all those pies. But by the time I got around to saying, Mom, you need to tell me how you make your pie, she already had dementia and she didn't remember. She made it from memory, you know, she'd made it a million times. Like my Granny Klingerman used to make bread. She'd just pick up handfuls of flour and pinches of this and pinches of that. And she made homemade bread I think it was every Monday or Tuesday. And I lived with them for a year in Ohio. Youngstown, Ohio. They had this old farmhouse my grandpa built, and he wasn't going to put any closets in it, and Grandma insisted, you are putting closets in this house. I don't think I have a cutting board up here. Oh my! This would be an emergency. Let's try a cutting plate. I have never done this before. Okay, so it says thin slices, so I assume I'm keeping the peels and stuff in here so I can take them downstairs and throw them away. We have a septic tank here, and I don't put potato peels, sweet potato peels, anything like that in my garbage disposal. Why? Because one year I didn't know you weren't supposed to, and so I did. And I had peeled a great big bunch of potatoes, for mashed potatoes, and put them in the garbage disposal, and next thing I knew, it didn't work. So I was not happy about that. Alright, I think I'm going to put them in here, not slice them real thin yet. I don't know if this is how you're supposed to do it, but I don't want them to turn all brown. It doesn't have a hole in it yet. Do you hate these things? This is lemon juice. Oh. Oh, if I can break something, I will. Oh, it can't come out because there's no hole in it. Hello, how do you work? Let me try some pliers. Can you get it off with pliers? No. Is it even supposed to come off? I do not know. What am I going to do? Oh my goodness, this is terrible. I better let you go for now. Okay. I don't know where I was, but I finally got the top taken off, and there was a piece of paper in there, you know, that you have to take out. So yes, I wasn't going to make any pies. And I told my friend Helga in Germany, I have to stay on my diet. We can't have any potatoes. We can't have any pies. We can't have any cranberry salad with a whole container of Cool Whip in it. Oh boy, I love that. And she emailed me back. She said, it's Thanksgiving. You make that pumpkin pie. So Helga, I make an apple. I never made apple before, as I said. My friend Terry made me an apple pie one day for my birthday. Ah! I love it when people make me food for my birthday. That is just so awesome when somebody, you know, puts their time. My friend Viv baked me some little baby cakes. She sent me 2 of them. They were pretty big. Sent them to me last year for my birthday. And Pumpkin Pants was here, and he opened it, and he said, Grandma, I want one of those. Of course, he's just a little baby. He was 4, so he didn't eat very much. There was plenty for me and Jerry and him. But, oh, that is just awesome. So I don't know if I'm peeling these right or not. Y'all let me know. All peeled and quartered. So I'm going to take those downstairs. I put lemon juice on it. I was showing you I couldn't get it open. I finally got it open with a towel. My goodness sakes alive. I don't have all of the utensils up here that I have downstairs. So I've got to go downstairs to finish this pie. I'm using Pillsbury store-bought pie crust. So I hope that's okay. I'm sure it won't taste as good as my mother's pie crust, but let's go look at my embroidery design. Oh, it is looking so pretty. It's a variegated thread. See right there? I don't remember what brand it is, but it's from, is it Signature Thread? I think they're called Superior. It's Superior, I think. But isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, I think it's going to say all done. Are you done? Oh my goodness, look at that. This is my Solaris. My Alissimo's right there. I need to sell that Alissimo. So see, here's my pants. These are my favorite pants in the whole world. They're way too big for me, but I don't care. I love them in the morning when I get out of bed with my coffee. And so there's my gray and yellow shirt now that goes with it. There's a jacket that goes with this too, but there wasn't a shirt. So, isn't that a pretty design? And yes, all my stripes are still on here, but they'll come out with the iron. Ah, that is really pretty. Where did I get it? Embroidery Library. That's where I get 99% of my designs. I really like Embroidery Library. Something else I have never ever done. This food processor has this slicer dicer thingy, and I have never used it, mainly because I just never remember I have it. So I thought they want a whole bunch of thinly sliced apples, so I thought, why don't I use this? So let's see if we can. I'm thinking I'll stack these up in here like little soldiers. Soldier duty. I bet this is going to be so fast. Ah, look at that, is that cute? Alright, so let's see what happens when you put this in there. Well, I didn't even push it down. I didn't even push it down. Hey, they're thinly sliced. Okay, evidently you don't have to push too hard. I can see them. I don't know if you can. It's raining very lightly. I just walked into a big spider web. Come on, fall down like you were. Show my friends. I'm sure none of them have a tree. Oh, there goes some. Oh, I love fall. I love fall. Oh. Don't you wish you could fall like a leaf does? It's cold out here, you guys. I can't see them in the viewfinder, but I can see them when I look out there at them. They are just falling, falling, falling. Beautiful. Ooh, here's a whole bunch. Look at my patio. What a beautiful Thanksgiving day. Beautiful. You should see my floor. There's fall leaves from the door cut over here to the sink. I guess they stuck to my shoes. Okay, we're using Pillsbury pie crust. I haven't made pie crust. I think I made one a long, long time ago. I must have had to for that blueberry pie maybe. So here it is, and I got my deepest pie plate. And here's my apples. See? Don't they look good? They look amazing. I cannot believe I'm making this pie. You know, and how can you get bad eating apples? Goodness. 3/4 cup of sugar. That's about all I had in the house. I don't keep much sugar because I don't ever cook with sugar unless I'm making desserts. And of course, I'm not allowed to make desserts anymore. Okay. It says put it in. Let me read it and make sure. I'm using the recipe on the side of this box, by the way. Perfect apple pie. Gently mix the filling ingredients. Top with second crust. Oh, put the ingredients in the pie plate. That's a good idea. Oh my goodness. Ooh. I don't know how to get them in the pie plate. Goodness. I may decide I like apple pie better than pumpkin. I do love it. Look at that. Oh my goodness. My mom's pies used to be all heaped up in the middle. So I hope mine will be. This one is darn good. So far. Let's get the juice. My goodness, nothing's better than cinnamon and sugar. And then you put it on top. I wonder if I should roll it out bigger. What if it doesn't reach? Oh, it does reach. Okay. I can't show you the rest of what I'm going to do, but I will definitely show you this pie when I get it out of the oven. How about that? So I'm definitely going to need fluting classes. Fluting is horrible. But that's all right. I just may have to make more pies. Okay, I need to go to narration school after I go to fluting school. So this is my pie out of the oven, and it was very leaky, and I thought I ruined it. And Viv said, no, 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 it's okay. And turns out that leaky part around the edge is the very best part of the whole pie. I could just eat the whole outside of it and leave the rest. It's so good. Not too pretty though. So I looked up a recipe to do with yellow squash and zucchini because I had some. And I found this recipe that has the tomatoes in it. It called for some weird kind of tomato that's from Italy or somewhere. I don't know, but I never saw them in my store. So I just used the little tomatoes I had. Oh, this was so good. I'll put below where I got the recipe because y'all have to try it. It's on parchment paper. Oh my gosh. So good. And here it is after we ate half of that is not hay on top. That's Parmesan cheese. It's not very pretty now, but it was pretty when the plate was full there. And you can see how much we ate. I ate almost the rest of it today with Jerry for lunch. And here's Fred. The other side is missing because that's what we ate for lunch, but I didn't remember to take a picture of him out of the oven. But Fred was absolutely delicious. I cooked him for all but the last hour with foil. And then I took the foil off as much as I could. You can see it's just ripped off the top to brown him. He was the moistest turkey I have ever eaten. He was really, really good. So I had to apologize for calling him crooked because he really wasn't. He was just missing part of one wing. Oh, it was a good turkey. Dinner's all ready. We're about to eat. I'm not going to show you the stove because it's a disaster. But this is where you see us doing Shine on Sunday, and we're getting ready to sit down and eat. So I have pictures of my pie and of my vegetables and stuff, but it's looking pretty good. That's Jerry's, and this is mine. So goodbye for now. We're going to eat. It is now Saturday morning, and 2 days after Thanksgiving, and you just saw our Thanksgiving. How about that pie? We ate half of it on Thanksgiving and the other half yesterday. I couldn't sleep all night, the night after Thanksgiving, because I kept thinking, oh, I'm going to have that pie for breakfast. I can't wait to get up and have that pie for breakfast. My mom used to eat apple pie for breakfast. It's healthy. Cinnamon's good for you, and apples are good for you. I laid awake for hours thinking about that. Thank goodness it's gone. I slept last night. Okay, so here's the deal, Neil. I am here at my Elise-Mo today. Can you see me through this thing? You probably can. I'm here at my Elise-Mo. It is a baby lock Elise-Mo, and it's the original. It doesn't have any of the upgrades or whatever that they had. But I'm sure whoever buys it can go and whatever shop that sells baby locks can put them in if you would want them. But as far as I'm concerned, it works just as good as that Solaris over there. There's nothing missing from it. In my opinion, there's nothing I can't do here that I can do there, because I don't use either one of them as a sewing machine. And I also thought, you know what, I've had so much trouble with that one machine because that shop down there in Plano still hasn't, I'm taking it back for the third time down to Plano. And because it's still broken, it still skips stitches, terrible. So I'm going down for the third time. I have an appointment Tuesday. So I don't know if this time they're going to jerk the machine away from me and haul it off and take it somewhere and tell me I can't go. I don't know. I have been disappointed at that place several times. So I decided to come over here because this has not been used in a year, 2 years. I mean, it just sits here. In fact, I had the band come. There was this traveling repair guy for a while down here. He lived in San Antonio, Texas, and he traveled around, and he would come to people's homes. Becky told me about him. I think his name was Jason. And he would come to people's homes. So I had him come here because I have 16 machines. Well, he wouldn't fix any of the sergers. They weren't broken. I was just having them all serviced. He wouldn't touch the sergers. He said, oh, just open them up and oil anything where there's metal to metal. Do it yourself. And so he did my sewing machines. And so then I said, what about my 2 embroidery machines? And he said, you don't even have enough hours on those that it requires service. So he didn't touch either one of my embroidery machines either. So I was a little disappointed in him. And since there's nobody within 100 miles for me to take my machines to down here, I'm going to make some phone calls to some of these people that are in North Texas. I think there's some in Denton. I think there's one in Whitesboro. And I'm going to see if I can't pay somebody mileage to come here. It would take them a whole entire day to service all my machines. So I'm going to see if I can't work out something like that. I think I even asked John Ramsey that owns Bernina in Oklahoma City. I even asked him one time if he would do that, and he said, I might. So I don't know. We'll see. So what I'm doing is making sure the Elise-Mo is perfectly fine, does everything right, and so far it does. It's just awesome. The computer works fine. The last thing it told me to do was to remove the snowman. You know, it has a snowman. Where's my snowman? It has a snowman positioning marker. Here it is. This is the snowman positioning marker. You probably can't see him unless I put him against something dark. Hello. Anyway, You put him on your shirt where you want to be sewn. And so the machine hovers over the snowman and finds it, and it figures out where exactly straight up and down is for the design you want. Even if you have your shirt in there crooked, it will still sew the snowman or the reindeer or the sleigh or the whatever. It will sew it exactly perfect. So this is what I'm putting on. I decided I needed to do winter. This is really pretty on a dark fabric. So I've got dark navy blue. I've got some of that cotton knit that I bought from Girl Charlie. This stuff is really nice. Just hoping this shirt is big enough. Remember the pants I made out of this stuff? Oh yeah. So this is the top, and I measured the paper pattern. I'm using my Fit Nice pattern with sleeves, and I measured the material, this material, across the chest, across the hip, and they're more than enough without it stretching. So hopefully we won't have any problems. So I went and I pulled thread. I use only Isacord thread for my embroidery designs. I love Isacord. It calls for Madeira in this design on embroiderylibrary.com, but they give you a chart. You want to see? What Embroidery Library will do is they will give you a thread chart that shows all of the, see, Madeira rayon numbers. It shows you all the Madeira numbers. And I only have a bunch of Madeira that I got free with my sewing machines. I don't have any of those colors. So then it will tell you over here, you can tell it what brand you have. And I have Isacord, so I told it Isacord. Then if it knows your Isacord number that matches the Madeira number, you can go pull it. Some of them come up blank. See, this one came up blank. And this one came up blank. So you just have, this is blank, blank. But the ones that gave me numbers, I just went and pulled those off the wall. I just want to show you that Elissimo is sewing just fine. No problems. When I do a knit, I put this clear water-soluble plastic on top because it keeps the stitches raised a little bit on the surface of the knit, keeps them from sinking in. You use it on towels and sweatshirt fleece and things like that, and knits. It's got strange colors for a snowman. It has gray and blue and a light blue. Yeah, but it's really pretty. I saw on Embroidery Library where I bought the design. See them here? I'm telling you, this machine is better than brand new. It really is. Okay, we've still got things on the floor and ladders. What happened with my blinds broke? See my window? I'm like, why do I even need blinds? We washed all of the windows except the very top. And look at this, 3 ladybugs came in. I'm going to get my vacuum cleaner and do de-ladybugging. I'll be back. Oh my, they're getting away. There's only 2 now. One of them's disappeared. Oh my, I have to hurry. I bet you thought I was kidding, didn't you? This is my ladybug gun. I'll probably just crawl back out. Thing and not tell them it's really a vacuum cleaner. The snowman is on the last color. I can't wait to see what it looks like without all that paper on top. It's 3:30 and I have to quit. I have to turn off my machines, unplug everything, turn off all the lights, put this in the washing machine. He's all done except he's got to be washed because he's got marks, you know, how I put the chalk marks and hoop marks and everything. I'm going to take the sleeves in just a little bit so when I pull them up they'll stay up. But what do you think? I named him Lewis. You know why I named him Lewis? Because the very first place we're going to go is to Louisville tomorrow. So they don't have a lot of snow down there in Texas, I don't think, so they'll probably be excited to see Lewis. So this is the end of my snippets. I don't know if it's been a week or how many days or whatever, but I'm going to end it right here because, you know, it's very different in the RV for making videos. So if I do anything, it'll probably be a little 15-minute thing. So until next time, y'all take care and behave yourselves, and I'll see you when I see you.